All right, welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're going on a super interesting journey, really digging into a part of English that, well, it can be a little tricky, but, ooh, so fun.
Absolutely.
It's English slang, all those funny little expressions that can leave you scratching your head.
Right, like what are they even talking about?
Exactly. Our goal today is to uncover why English speakers use these phrases that, let's be honest, sometimes sound completely bonkers.
Yeah, they really do.
We really want to get to the bottom of how these informal parts of English, how they actually add so much color and personality to the language.
And humor. Let's not forget the humor.
Oh, absolutely. Tons of humor. So to guide us on this deep dive, we're turning to a podcast script with a really catchy title. English slang and funny expressions say what?
Love that title.
It really grabs you, doesn't it?
It does, it's so true.
Oh.
Because a lot of these phrases, you hear them, you're like, say what?
Exactly. This script is like our treasure map, leading us through this constantly evolving world of English slang.
It's such a great jumping off point for really understanding how this informal side of the language works.
So to kick things off, let's talk about slang itself.
Okay, great.
It's that relaxed, everyday language that pops up everywhere, but especially in casual conversations.
Yeah, it's how we talk to our friends, family, it's more natural.
Yeah, it's so different from like the proper English you'd find in a textbook, right?
Totally. What makes slang so fascinating is that it's constantly changing.
It is, isn't it?
Always evolving, new words and phrases popping up all the time.
Like what's cool one day can sound so outdated the next.
Exactly. Think about it. Slang can be different depending on where you live.
Oh, totally.
Different generations use different slang. It's a real marker of social groups and how culture is shifting.
Like a secret code almost.
In a way, yes. And for those learning English,
Oh, it can be so confusing, right?
yeah, imagine trying to decode these phrases that have meanings that are, well, nowhere near the actual word.
It's like learning a whole other language on top of English.
Yeah, the non-literal side of slang, it makes it so colorful and fun for those who get it. But for those who are still learning, it's like a puzzle.
So that's our mission today, to demystify some of the most common and, let's be honest, funniest slang terms and expressions we found in that podcast script.
We want to shed some light on what they mean, where they came from, and hopefully give everyone listening a new appreciation for this quirky side of English.
All right, are you ready to dive into some of these expressions?
Absolutely, let's go.
Okay, first up is break a leg.
Ooh, that's a classic.
If you take it literally, it sounds pretty horrible, like you're wishing someone harm.
Right, like why would you ever say that to someone?
So what's the deal with this one?
Okay, so break a leg is actually a way of saying good luck, especially in the world of theater.
Wait, really? It's the opposite of what it sounds like.
It is. And, it all comes back to superstition, especially in the theater world.
Oh, like those old beliefs about things that are supposed to be bad luck?
Exactly. The idea is that saying good luck directly can actually jinx a performance and bring bad luck.
So you say something bad to ward off the bad.
That's the idea. It's like you're tricking fate by saying break a leg.
So when you hear it, you know they actually want you to do well.
Yeah, they're wishing you success in a kind of roundabout way.
It's like a reverse psychology good luck charm.
Exactly. It's fascinating how these superstitions become a part of language.
All right, next up we have hit the sack.
Oh, this one always makes you smile. It's so visual.
I know, right? Like you're picturing someone literally hitting a sack.
So where does this one come from?
Well, think back to how mattresses used to be made, like way back in the day.
Oh, right. They weren't like the comfy ones we have now.
No fancy memory foam back then. They used to be sacks filled with hay.
Makes sense. So hit the sack literally meant going to bed on a sack of hay.
Exactly. So now when we say it, it's a link to that older way of life.
I love that, how these phrases connect us to the past.
Yeah, it's like a little history lesson tucked into everyday language.
All right, let's move on to bite the bullet.
Ooh, this one sounds a bit tougher, doesn't it?
Yeah, it definitely has a more intense feeling.
So when someone says bite the bullet, they mean to face something difficult.
Right, something unpleasant, but you do it with courage.
You're just gritting your teeth and pushing through no matter what.
This one has a pretty intense origin story, actually.
Oh, really? Lay it on me.
So imagine back in the day, before anesthesia, when soldiers needed surgery.
Oh, wow. That had to be rough.
It was. To help them cope with the pain, they would literally bite down on a bullet.
Oh my gosh, that's hard to even imagine.
It is, right? So when we say bite the bullet now, it's drawing on that historical act of enduring incredible pain.
It's like we're tapping into that resilience.
Exactly. It's amazing how language carries these echoes of history within it.
All right, let's shift gears a bit and talk about some individual slang words.
Okay, sounds good.
And the first one up is hangry. I bet everyone listening knows this one.
Oh, who hasn't felt hangry at some point?
Right. It perfectly captures that feeling when you're so hungry you get irritable.
Hangry is such a clever word. It combines hungry and angry.
It's a portmanteau, right?
Exactly.
Mm.
And it's become so widely used, I think it shows how much we're realizing how much our mood is tied to our physical needs.
Oh, for sure. Like when your blood sugar drops and you just snap at everyone.
That's hangry in action.
Now let's talk about ghosting. This feels very much like a product of our digital world.
Yeah, it definitely does.
So ghosting is when someone just disappears from your life.
No calls, no texts, no explanation. They just vanish.
Like a ghost. It's so abrupt.
And it can be really hurtful, right? Because you're left wondering what happened.
The lack of closure can be tough.
Yeah, it's definitely something that's become more common with all the technology we have.
It's like it's easier to disconnect, even if it's not the kindest way.
Our next up, we have Spill the Tea. This one's always fun.
I know, it makes me think of a good gossip session.
It's all about sharing the juicy details,
Okay.
the latest news.
Like you're dying to hear what happened, you just can't wait.
It's like that anticipation of hearing something exciting or even scandalous.
It's like, come on, spill the tea, what's the scoop?
Exactly. Okay, now let's talk about couch potato.
I think we've all been there at some point, especially after a long week.
Oh, yeah, guilty as charged sometimes.
So a couch potato is someone who spends a lot of time, well, on the couch.
Usually watching TV, not moving much, just relaxing.
It's that image of someone just melting into the cushions.
It's a funny term, but also kind of relatable, right? Everyone needs some downtime.
Absolutely. Okay, last one in this section is no-brainer.
This one's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it's when something is so obvious, it requires zero thought.
Like the answer is so clear, it's a no-brainer.
It's like, should I eat that delicious piece of cake? No-brainer.
Now, it's important to remember that English slang can be different depending on where you are in the world.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. It's not all the same everywhere.
Right. The podcast script mentions some regional differences, which I think is so cool.
Yeah, it shows how dynamic language is.
Like in the UK, they use the word gutted to mean really disappointed.
Like really down in the dumps.
Yeah, so if someone says, I'm gutted, it's like saying I'm bummed in the US.
Same feeling, totally different word.
And another British one is taking the mickey, which has nothing to do with Mickey Mouse.
I love that one. It means to tease someone in a playful way.
It's like good-natured ribbing, usually between friends.
Then you go down under to Australia and you hear things like arvo for afternoon.
It's such a casual, shortened version.
And of course, there's the classic mate for friend. It's so Aussie.
It just goes to show how diverse English is around the world.
Okay, so we've explored all these examples, but you might be thinking, why bother learning slang at all?
It's a fair question.
Like, is it really necessary?
Well, knowing slang can make a huge difference in how you communicate.
I'd say so.
First off, it helps you sound more natural when you're talking to native speakers.
Like you actually belong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because slang is such a big part of everyday conversations.
It takes you beyond textbook English and into the real world.
It helps you understand the nuances of how people actually speak.
Plus, learning slang can actually make learning English more fun.
Absolutely. It's engaging, it's often funny, and it helps you connect with the culture.
It's like you're unlocking a secret code to understanding humor and social cues.
And thirdly, it gives you a glimpse into the culture itself.
Yeah, slang often reflects what's happening in society, what people find funny, how they interact with each other.
You can learn a lot about a culture by looking at its slang.
So as we wrap up our deep dive today, we've really journeyed through this incredibly colorful world of English slang and funny expressions.
We've looked at everything from superstitions to digital age phrases.
We've seen how these informal elements add so much life and personality to English.
And how many of them have these fascinating backstories?
Understanding these slang terms and expressions doesn't just help you understand English better, it allows you to connect with English speakers on a more authentic level.
It's about moving beyond just the words themselves and understanding the cultural context, the humor, the unspoken meanings.
So, for our final thought today, I want you to think about the slang used in your own social circles or in your native language.
What are some of your favorite expressions?
How do they reflect your culture or your shared experiences?
What can you learn about your own culture by looking at its slang?
It's a really interesting way to think about language, not just as a tool for communication, but as a reflection of who we are and where we come from.
It's a reminder that language is alive, it's constantly evolving, and it's deeply connected to our lives.
And that's what makes it so fascinating to explore.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us on the deep dive today.
It's been a pleasure.
We'll see you next time for another deep dive into the world of language and culture.
Until then.